The plan was simple. Go to Japan and try not to buy too many watches. I bought 9. But that's beyond the point. We need to talk about one of those watches. This guy right here, I bought thinking it was something, and then I found out it wasn't. When I bought this watch in a very, very nice boutique in Japan, I thought this was a Seikomatic 6206. And I thought that because that's what it says right there on the case. I can read it and it says 6206. But then I got back home and decided to take a look inside. I opened the case back and the first thing I see is the word Seikosha. Seikosha is the original name of the Seiko company we all know and love. Founded in 1892 by Kintaro Hattori, it was initially established as a clock factory in Tokyo, but quickly gained a reputation for producing high-quality watches. Seikosha translates to House of Precision. The company introduced Japan's first wristwatch in 1913. In the 1930s, Seikosha started using the name Seiko. As I found out, the Seikomatic Weekdater I bought on my trip was, indeed, one of the very last to carry an original, glorious Seikosha movement. The Seikosha 400 movement has 33 jewels instead of 26, which was the next version, the version I thought I had. I bought a watch that's way more rare than the one I thought I was buying. You know what that means? That means I bought a Frankenstein. A watch that was pieced together with parts from different watches. But I'm not mad about it. Not at all. I'm actually very, very happy. The Weekdater J13080 is such a beautiful piece. And the fact that I got it was really a surprise. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know much about either of those versions, either of those watches. I just found a very good, very beautiful, minimalistic looking watch in Japan that I liked and I bought it. But of course, being in this hobby, being in this thing that we do where we deep dive on our watches, and to discover that I had bought a better watch than I thought I had was actually very nice. This version of the Weekdater was made in 1964. At the time, it was meant to be a watch made for the same customers that would be eventually buying a Grand Seiko. And it's easy to tell why. It's such a distinct watch, such a clean look, so classy. And the fact that even today it looks absolutely gorgeous. The date at 3 o'clock and the day of the week at 6 o'clock, it just makes it perfect. And this was a design choice made by other companies as well. Companies like Citizen were doing complications very similar to this at the time. The size is another thing that strikes me on this watch. 36, I think, is the perfect size for most wrists. Maybe not the super large ones, but for many of us, it's just perfect. And it's so classy. Another thing that's interesting about this watch is the crown is completely inset into the watch. You can barely see it. Listen to this. I really, really love this watch. I really like that I bought something that I was already happy with and then just got home to find out that I had something else that I would be even happier about. And that, my friend, is the story of how I bought the wrong watch that turned out to be the perfect watch. I have 8 more watches to talk about from my trip to Japan alone. We'll be covering a lot in the next few weeks and I hope you come along. Subscribe if you haven't already. And leave a comment, say anything, tell your story. Have you bought a Frankenstein watch yourself? You know what that is? That's the sound of the past.